I'm gonna go because I can't fucking hear. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Fans in Motion podcast, the only podcast you didn't know you needed. I'm looking at all my friends here and I say to them, worlds collide and hearts will be broken over and over. It's the same every day. How can I say what has never concerned me? The secret of my success? I'm living 25 hours a day. Say hello, Josh.
If they don't have cover songs in their set list, I sure as hell hope they have that song.
Brentry?
What brought that to mind?
Uh,
You weren't prepared, I know. So
no, I was. That's funny because that song is not one of my favorites, but it's been in my head all day today. So I was like, "That's the song," because I was back to work today for the first time after the holiday, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working 20. Well, I'm working 5 hours today, but I'm working." Robin, how you been?
Been doing well, just hanging out with the new job and, just kind of eyeing, I think, Night Ranger in April.
Yes, Lisa,
Doing good, yeah.
we're
Working.
ready.
Lisa had her first Christmas as a
grandmother.
You don't have to whisper it. Yeah, it was
so-
nice.
That's nice. Well, Josh, yeah, we just got through Christmas, so what do you want to talk about, Josh? What's on the
let's
agenda
see
today?
here. I
You're
think
captain this Titanic.
I think we can talk about how the majority of us have been sick, and
Oh
if,
God.
and if we haven't been sick, what the grandchild was sick, right, Lisa?
Yeah, we missed Christmas with her because she was sick.
Brento, the staple of health over there.
But man, it has been around me all week long. We had to go to my in-laws on Monday. Was that Christmas? Yeah. And they have a newborn baby. Not
Your
no,
parents.
the sister-in-law. They came in from out of town. She has a newborn baby, and then she's got an 11-year-old and two 8-year-olds. The 11-year-old, the 8-year-old, and the baby and the mother all have the flu. They're all sicker than the dog. So everybody's wanting to hug me. That's my in-laws from that. I'm like, stay the hell away. I'm not hugging anybody.
And he didn't even know if they were sick. It's just his in-law.
Just don't hug me.
Well, when I walked in the door, my mother-in-law had a mask on, and I'm like, oh God, I'm just asking for it.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest gift for Christmas was the flu. I spent the entire day violently ill. I was actually messaging Josh. I said, Josh, I think this is it, man. It was a good run.
Yeah, I left you alone. I didn't.
He's like, you got the flu. It's like, I'm not gonna make it, man.
Andy, I haven't messaged you once, have I?
No, I was miserable.
I stayed away from you, and I told Christina, I said, it's a shame I didn't get to see Andy, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. And we had pizza again.
Well, I was supporting him. I was like, just go towards the light. Just go
He's
towards
like,
the
just
light.
run, man. Just run. Let it run, man. Just go. I mean, I was, yeah, not to get graphic, but I was bad. I was in bad shape. I spent all of Christmas Day. We drove home from Cincinnati back to Nashville. Hey, it sounds like a Buffett song. I came down from Cincinnati. And I got home and I went to bed and I had the the TV on, playing football all day. And I I fell asleep and woke up at 2:30 in the morning and I had no idea where I was, what was going on. But God bless NyQuil. That is my friend.
Apparently, I had the flu for about a decade. If that's the symptoms, you know. And
Well,
like,
as you know, I don't drink. So NyQuil knocks me on my butt. I mean, it puts me down. I don't
There's
know if I could
alcohol in it.
yeah, I don't know if I can handle actual drinking because
Well,
that little bit of NyQuil, I mean, I
if
take a shot and I'll see you in 12 hours.
if you inject it into your veins, it'll hit the bloodstream right away, and you don't even have to wait.
Isn't that called mainlining? I mean, I don't know.
Mhm.
That's
So,
what I hear.
um, but yeah, my kid was sick like Saturday, and he almost set a record. I think he puked in almost every room. and then a couple days later, I got it for about 8 hours.
Yeah, and how long had it been since you had thrown up?
Like 2016 or
I
something like
started.
that.
I couldn't help it. I started. My mind went to Seinfeld
Someone else said. Someone
There
else
is a
said.
Seinfeld episode where
because Golden. He had a thing called Golden Boy, his shirt or whatever. He threw up on.
Someone, who was I talking to? I was
I
just
don't know.
talking to someone. They were talking about their wife falls asleep to Seinfeld, and anyways, they told me that that's an episode. Which, you know what? I guess I live a somewhat unique life because people have told me throughout, the years. I'll tell a story like, "Oh, that's a Seinfeld episode."
Yeah.
Like I met a girl in me and my buddy were in Vegas years ago, and I met a girl, and we'd be drinking at the bar, and I'd look at her like, man, she's fucking hot. And then I talked to my buddy for a second, look back at her like, holy shit, is that a third nostril? And it's like it happened all night. I eventually had, it was like, and then someone told me like, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
Seinfeld episode.
I
or
just saw
something.
that last week
So,
where she
anyway.
looked good in certain shades of light, and then all of a sudden you turn around and go, ugh.
Yeah. But luckily, they had $2 Washington apples there, so I could just, drink a belly full of those and can't feel ugly in the dark. So,
There you go.
so, right, ladies, right.
I've been
So,
around sickness too, but luckily have not got it. Like
Hmm.
coworker had COVID. Two of my friends have gotten sick, and their one daughter did too.
so you're down with the sickness.
Oh, wow.
I have a strong immunity system.
Well,
I've been fighting it.
I did too for a very long time. It was mainly because I drank so much Jägermeister that like you could pretty much inject like HIV in me and my body would kill it. Now
Wow.
I haven't drank a lot of Jägermeister in the last, few years.
Sterilizer.
So of course you see what happens, right? So, but anyways, for those who are listening and may wonder, this is a Night Ranger podcast. So what we're going to talk about, we talk about a little bit of Christmas, which is what we've been doing. We're going to talk about the upcoming year that we got in the Night Ranger world. And we're going to do a little recap of what we all did in 2023. Brent, Andrew, did you guys get one of these in the mail?
I did. Yeah. I got one right here. Can you see it right there?
No, can't see anything. There
My
you
green
go.
screen.
There you go. Yep. It's
Oh,
there.
Lonnie Z.
Oh, who cares? I got it. I can't show it.
From Idaho. He has a vest with different patches on it, and he had sent me a message asking if he could make a Fans of Motion patch for his vest, and that's the proper way to go about it. Don't do stuff.
Yeah.
Ask us. We don't. There's. This is basically the Night Ranger logo. We got to be careful what we're doing. But I told Lonnie, okay, yeah, make self one, and I go, depending on how much it costs, make a couple extra for Brent and Andrew. And next thing I know, we got all these in the mail. So turned out really good.
Very, very nice.
They do look nice.
So Lonnie, he's going to be in Vegas, so
Yeah.
I will buy him a beer and tell him.
Yeah, I'm still trying to make it to that show. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm trying.
You should. Stephen Pierce, he's going to be there.
I know.
Andy's going to see Manilow. I'm
Hey,
I know you will.
I'd roll a tear when he plays Mandy. I'm not going to lie. Josh will edit that out, but I'm just saying amongst friends.
I took my mom to go see Barry Manilow, and it was a very good concert. I was kind of surprised.
I'd go see
him. What? So Barry Manilow and Elton John, right? When you think of those two, I took my mom to see both. And when you think of those two, you think of like what, prima donna kind of type thing, right? Like
add Rod Stewart to that.
Well, I actually got my mom Rod Stewart tickets, but I couldn't go to that show, but she did go.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But Elton John and Barry Manilow, outside of Bruce Springsteen, had the most fan contact out of any performer I've seen.
You mean during the show?
Yeah, so Elton John, the show ends, now it's going to be the encore.
Yeah.
He comes out and probably for a good 10 minutes, which at a show, that's a pretty long time, right? He just went along the front row, and everybody's coming up.
Yeah.
Shaking hands and signing autographs. And then
spreading germs.
And then Barry Manilow, during a song, there's an ego ramp, and he came down and just, again, you're 20 rows deep with that ego ramp, and walked a section over and sang and danced with probably 20 different people for 2 songs.
That's awesome.
It's like, 2 people that I would just think would be like, all right, there's a barrier.
Yeah.
So yeah, go see Barry Manilow at the Old International Hotel.
Yeah. Andy's like, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me.
True story. One of my very first albums as a child is Manilow Comes Alive.
I know.
If you give me time, I could walk over and probably get it right now.
I know you could.
Cabana.
Love me some Manilow.
Another thing that was kind of cool was on the big screen, they played, maybe it was Mandy, I can't remember. It's a slow song, but they played the first verse on the big screen of him singing a song from like 1977, right? And then right when the chorus comes, the screen dies, and then he comes out and sings the rest. It was kind of cool, to where, a lot of times, even with Kiss, they just show old photos for a few minutes. But this was a whole present. And I don't think the screen died. I think he sang like a duet with himself, kind of, but he came out later. So it was kind of neat. There you go. Some Barry Manilow talk.
Hot Barry Manilow talk.
So, did you guys get one of these?
Yes.
I did, yeah.
So, Kathy Lane.
There's mine. See it?
Yeah.
I swear I'm holding it up.
She sent us a calendar that has, look at all these. Look there. Look at that. Look at that guy.
What's great about the calendar is each month of a member's birthday is their month.
I like that.
There's Brent in there somewhere.
I'm doing romper room here again.
I have to say, well, Josh, while you're fanning through that thing, this is pretty astonishing. I mean, we're knocking on 10,000 members, and I don't know if I'm jumping ahead of anything you want to talk about, Josh, but like, I don't know how you guys do it. It kind of touches me when people send us stuff.
You said touching,
Yeah, I mean, I'm like the Divinals, see, somebody gets it. There you go.
Yeah,
who doesn't know Austin Powers?
It used to move when I hear that song. Now I don't. It's never going to move again.
It just really touches me. Like, I'm like, I never see us as anything more than just a couple of people talking about a band we like.
That's all.
And then
we're
you
just,
get
we're
packages
just
in the
wool
mail
over
from
their
people.
eyes.
I know. It's like, I feel like I'm a fraud. But it's super cool, man. I mean, I really it touches me, and
I was very pleasantly surprised when I got that.
Yeah,
I just yell at him afterwards. I'm like, "Thank you, but don't fucking do it again, or I'll block."
Yeah, how'd you get my address?
Yeah, that's another thing, you fuck sticks.
It was funny. It was funny because she had sent me a thing. She goes, "You have a package coming." And she just sent me the tracking information. It went from Indiana to Cincinnati, where I am, Kansas City, back down here, and I got it. It's a Thursday or Friday, I can't remember. And of course, I think everybody had theirs, and I wasn't expecting a thing from her. I mean, by God, she bought me this shirt because I didn't get one in Cleveland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kathy Lane, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna owe her a kidney or something if she ever.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, she's one heck of a great person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe that was that Ed picture, but there's a lot of good pictures on here. Um, some of the black and white ones, stuff like that. But
Yeah, and then
anyways,
they had where was that show up by Dayton we went to this time last year when they
Lima?
brought no, it was up by Dayton.
Finley?
No. I mean,
Seemed
like
like
literally,
Troy, Ohio.
yeah, and that's when the guys they put the Santa Claus hats on and
Oh yeah, I was at that one.
yeah, and I met her there and I had an extra ticket and took her and it turned out we were sitting right next to Melissa and so it was fantastic and she's got pictures from that night
I
in the
really,
calendar.
I really like her handwriting. Look at that.
Yeah, it's impeccable.
Yeah.
That's what I was most amazed by. But thank you for the calendar,
See,
Kathy.
she lied to me. She said I didn't say anything nice to Josh. I just said, "Here's your fucking calendar."
That's actually what it is.
That's what it is.
In 3 paragraphs.
Yeah.
And by the way, fuck you squared. I got Eddie Repepe sent me a few things here. I guess they only sold these at a couple of their shows.
Oh, look at
What?
that.
Yeah, so next year.
Blasphemy.
So so I can do the calendar next year, just the hairy chest and the Santa hat.
Ooh.
Brent over there getting the tinglies.
Unsubscribe. Pressing the button.
So anyways, there's that.
That's very cool.
Maybe next year they'll
They should sell it.
And got this. He sent me.
Oh, cool. The all black.
Black on black. So
beanie.
Apparently I'm getting enough blackmail on him.
Yeah.
To get some of this stuff. Then the Night Ranger company, the principals and James and all those guys. I got this in the mail.
Aw.
So you may be seeing me trying to figure this fucking shit out.
Ah, that looks like a camera jig.
Yeah, like a gimbal thingamajig.
Yeah.
So
you and I talked about that a long time ago, Josh, didn't we?
I was looking at one and I got to reading and I was like, fuck it.
A lot of work.
But now I get the behind the ball shots and all the good stuff. So yeah,
it's really cool.
They well, what struck me first was it came in a Sweetwater package. And I was like, what the fuck's coming from Sweetwater? Did I get drunk and
buy a new base?
Yeah, so there you go. So you may see me doing all kinds of weird shit at some upcoming shows, or you may not. I just may say
I don't think the jib has anything to do with you doing weird shit at the shows, Josh. We've all witnessed that.
Yeah.
I think it has something to do with a red Solo cup.
There's some ladies out there with questionable character that can attest to that. And then my buddy, old KK and Jen, Kelly and Jen, one thing me and Kelly always talk about is, some of you know, I got the Beast, the white Tahoe with the motor and license plates. Anyway, so I always am getting shit for that. And I think last year, Kelly's, maybe sent like a gift certificate. And at one of the shows, I showed him what I got. And I'd gotten a whole bunch of stuff for the Tahoe. I got like the air mattress that's, molded to fit, the around the, wheel wells and everything. And I had like a, battery charger that, is it's you can jump your car and you don't have to have another vehicle. And anyways, I bought some stuff. And anyways, so this time he sent me an entire portable air compressor. So if I'm ever out on the road and I get a flat,
And your victim gets away. I mean,
yes, that too. Or I could. Yeah, now
I
I
mean,
got
the air
I got a.
mattress and the duct tape.
I mean, I got a small one for the air
I've
mattress.
seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre more than once.
Listen, listen.
Lancaster ain't a metropolis, man.
It's not. We're only probably an hour 10 away from wherever the Buffalo Bill and Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me. So
It puts
so
the
yeah,
lotion.
puts the lotion
This
on
is
the
really going
skin,
south.
or it gets the hose again.
This is going into a different podcast, Josh. We could.
Hey, if you're getting turned up with that kind of talk, get in my DMs.
And coming soon on an all new Flick Flops.
We go south.
But there you go. So Kathy and Lonnie, thank you.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Robin, you got anything good for Christmas? You and
Yeah,
the
some nice stuff from a certain Josh.
oh, you don't have to do that. Oh, I guess I do see it back
Well,
there.
this was
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. Look at that.
because Free was my favorite song.
By Striper.
Yes. I mean, what?
Mm-hmm.
Wasted Time, man. It's such a great song.
Both those songs are great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's sad that they're regulated to a 45. But
All my favorite songs end up being like that, man.
yeah.
If only it was on a single, that would be even better.
The good thing is
Yeah.
all you fucks are easy to buy for. Like all I
For
gotta do
real.
is get Def
All I got
Leppard.
was some guitar picks.
Yeah, I had to pay for those. I was like, give me some fucking guitar picks.
I did get a really cool album that's upstairs right now by the record player.
Well, the only thing with buying Andy stuff, it's like if I get it and like, our friendship goes south or he dies, I'm stuck with a record I really don't want. Unlike Brent, if that fucker bites the bullet. I got some pretty cool records that I know I can do something with. But
You could always send it to Teresa, Josh. She's always on your side.
well, she's a smart woman. Well, besides the whole getting with you thing. But Lisa, a little Rick Springfield, I can check that box off. But
Listen, he's great live. If you have not seen Springfield live,
No, when he texted me and asked if I like Rick Springfield, I'm like, oh, I love him. My sister and I are like looking for tickets to go like this upcoming year. And I didn't know why he was asking me that, but then I got it in the mail. So
have you ever seen him, Lisa?
No.
Oh, he's fantastic live.
Yeah.
That sounded a little more flamboyant than I wanted it to be. but he's really great live. I'm not lying. He puts on a great show.
I'm sure.
And then I look at him and I look at my body and I'm like, well, one of us hits the treadmill a little more than the other one. Get to it, Rick.
And it's amazing how, most of those groups are groups that we like in the 90s were at the very bottom, right? Springfield was even below that. Like, he was playing some of the smallest, dingiest places, and I think even probably couldn't even tour.
Was he doing like dinner theater stuff?
If he was lucky. I mean, that might be on the way, kind of coming back up. But
like
the
place you used to, wasn't there a place you saw, Josh, up in?
That was in Akron. That was Tangiers. That's
Akron.
actually
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty cool place. But
no, I saw him as we've talked about. I saw him with Night Ranger the time that his band didn't make it, and Jack and Kelly came and he played with him. But I mean, he first of all, it's like when I take people to a Night Ranger show, he has more songs than you think you know, and you're like, oh my god, I forgot about that song. And he's so good live. Like he's in the business of being Rick Springfield, and he's great at it. Like a lot of these performers, as they age, they just come out and they just go through the motions.
Yeah.
Rick gets it. He's like, look, I'm the guy who wrote Jesse's Girl. I know what my role is, but he does it very well.
There was a band. Remember those Now CDs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean,
So there was a band from Columbus. called Freakin' A, and they put out an album, but they covered Jesse's Girl about 2001, maybe right around there. But um, he was
What were
just
they?
the,
What
I
were
think
they
that
called?
Freakin' A, Freakin' A, and anyways, I can't remember his name now, but the guitar shop in Columbus, we would, I was in the military up there, so we would, once a week take lunch and go there, and me and my buddy play guitar, and we'd buy shit, and we knew the guys there, and we knew he had a band, and we knew that they were putting out a record, but they covered Jesse's Girl, and the people that did the Now thing, they grabbed that, and they got national exposure, and it did well for him for about 2 months. They had another song that was called like Trend or something like that. Um, and then the other guy that worked in the guitar shop was Rob Marcello,
Oh,
who
okay.
who
I don't know.
we used
Danger,
to
danger, right?
well, this was before Danger
Oh.
Danger.
Okay.
We used to just hang out with him because he played like Yngwie, and he smoked and drank coffee. It was almost like he was in the military. And he had come over to the United States to play with Ron Keel.
Mm-hmm.
And Ron Keel was living in Marysville, Ohio. So he was playing all the bars. Again, this is before the 80s acts kind of took off, early 2000s. Um, he had a band called Iron Horse. So, anyways, talk about, Rick Springfield. If go out there, look up Freakin' A. It's just a rock version of, I think they did a video too, but, um,
Hmm.
of, Jesse's Girl.
Now, Josh, the bar you and I saw Joe Hoekstra at last year?
Yeah.
Iron Horse came there, and Rob's parents came over from Sweden?
Yeah.
And that was they flew to Cincinnati, and they were at the show, so you kept hearing them in their accents going, "Mother's," and all. It was hysterical.
Oh, that's cool.
I saw them in a bar in Delaware, Ohio, and it was a bar. I don't know, 15 people. And I mean, like they had their amps and shit plugged in, like electric went out because I couldn't handle everything that they had. And that was a crazy.
Sounds like a show my band would have played. 15 people. Pretty
Utah.
busy.
Yeah, that's what it was down here about. Because I met Ron before the show, and I said, "Hey, you got some time to autograph some of my stuff?" And he took me back to he had like a camper on the back of his truck, whatever. And he took me in there, and he's like looking through all this collectible crap, and and all of a sudden he opens a briefcase, hands me a CD, hands me a couple 8x10s, hands me a T-shirt, and something else, and and I'm like, well, I was going to buy all this from his son. He goes, dude, you've supported me enough through the years. He goes, I'm giving back right now. He said, just don't tell the guys in the band. So
Yeah,
nice. I'm sorry. And
No.
Rob came on the bus, and he had his guitar, and he asked me if I play guitar. And I said, I think I could play a little bit of God of Thunder. I said, I'm a drummer. He hands me his guitar, and I start playing. He goes, that's exactly right. I went, wow.
Now, Rob, again, we're in the guitar store, so he's got shit plugged in. Fucking around. He would always, because he knew me and my buddy Al like Kiss. If he had the guitar and we walked in, all you would hear is, dun, 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 like the little Ace,
Yeah.
riff. But the bass player for Iron Horse, I think, is in Kiel now.
Yeah, Gino.
Yeah,
Andy, that's who we saw when we went to see
Yeah.
Night Ranger.
Yeah.
He was at the Night Ranger show, Night Ranger and Loverboy show we were at.
But Ron Keel did all those concerts in Ohio because his wife was from Ohio and they lived basically north of Columbus. So, and then after that, they moved to Vegas and he did some Ronnie Dunn impersonations and stuff.
Nice.
And if you really want to find some good footage of old Rob was at like a rock festival in Europe, and he's in front of the stage. So he's down, he's not on stage, but down like in between the stage and the barricades and stuff. And they give him a guitar to smash, right? And I'm not really sure what the whole setup was. So he takes a guitar and just whacks it on the fucking hard ground. Well, most guitars that people break, they've been cut. So the neck easily breaks. Because guitars are designed to take a little bit of a beating. And so he smashes this motherfucker. It doesn't give 1 inch, bounces back up. All the strings cut his hand. I think, yeah, it's very embarrassing, but
painful.
And funny. So Rob Marcello, but yeah, he's with Danger Danger, and that's a group that I don't get. They could be doing all these 80s tours and stuff. They had 2 big hits, and
I love that whole first album. Every song was so good.
First album is good. The second record was good.
But
I never listened to him.
You know why I didn't listen to him? Because their album was called Danger Danger. They were Danger Danger, and their first song was Bang Bang.
A lot of double words there.
And I was like, no.
Brett added to it. No.
Yeah. I think they had the song off their first record, Rockin' America, too.
Really?
But yeah. But their second album was really good. And then the albums they did with Paul Lane, I think his name is, who was, replaced Ted Tripoli, those were good. And then Bruno Ravel, that Paul Lane guy, and Rob Marcello have done some records and called themselves the Defiants. That first record the second record they put out was phenomenal. So if you like good melodic hard rock, check out the Defiants and check out their second record. I think it's kind of like got like a greenish blue cover or something like that. But there you go. I don't know. We're talking about fucking everything.
Yeah.
But all right. So let's get into a little bit of what's coming up for the next year. Now, if you're really wanting to see, your favorite people from Fans in Motion, you're going to need to go April. There's a couple Ohio dates, Indiana date, or Vegas, which Andy's contemplating, but
Brian.
It'd be nice.
I will be there. I'm going out.
We looked at it's more costly than it seems when we start doing pricing and trying to figure it out. But we're trying to figure out a romantic Elvis wedding chapel getaway. Thank you very much.
Well, if you go Wednesdays and Thursdays, like dirt cheap, like $30 a night.
Yeah.
But
is that when it is in the middle of the week?
No.
So
that's the thing. The night of the concert, the price shoots up pretty.
It's Friday and Saturday.
It's not horrible, but it's pricey.
Well, one of the good things about doing the socials is I'm like, I need to get some video and shit like that. So it's like, all right, we got your rooms. Yes. So,
I guess I could sleep in the back of Josh's Denali if he took it with him.
Now listen,
the mattress and duct
tape. You can sleep in his
tub. Listen, listen, the wife, if she wants to come out, she can crash in the other bed.
Does this rag smell like chloroform?
But you, on the other hand, you're gonna have to stay at the Rio.
I was just thinking about that. It's probably one of the dirtiest, cheapest.
I've been to the Rio,
but for a reason.
What's crazy is when I first went out to Vegas.
I've been there.
The '90s, the Rio was brand new, and it was one of the top hotels.
It's not anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Kiss thing is.
No.
Yeah.
Penn and Teller and Kiss are the draws, but there's nothing. That the place is off the strip.
It's not. That's not the problem. It's so run down and not updated. Because I've gone like 3 times there at the Rio the last 5 to 6 years for the Star Trek convention. That's where they usually hold it every year. So
Now, did you ever make it to?
May the force be with you, Robin.
I keep calling it the international because I'm stuck in 1972. But
What is it called now?
well, if I think about it, it was called the Hilton forever. I don't know what the fuck it's
Oh,
called now. But did you go when they had the Star Trek theme
yes,
and
I
stuff?
was there. That was my first time in Vegas. I was
Yeah.
8 years old, and I
'Cause-
was specifically went there for that.
So I don't know. This would have been like 20 some years ago, and
I
they had Quirk's Bar. And
yes, it
now
was awesome.
20 years ago, you could order a drink for $20, which $20 not so much right now, but back then $20 was $20. And
Hey, it's still $20. I mean,
the drink was called James T. Kirk, and it came in a fucking fishbowl. And it was smoking and shit. And you know,
Just like in the show.
last time I was in Vegas, I got a story about that fucking place. Fucking hammered off my ass.
Yeah, I loved
I'll tell
that.
a small bit of that story. Was I remember bitching to the dealer, like, who'd turn on these fucking lights? And he just looked at me like I knew, like I'd said something dumb. And he goes, that's a sun. And what it was is the sun had just come up and was kind of reflecting through like the doors, and
Yeah.
we were just so fucking, yeah, it's Vegas, whatever. Um, so we got now Lisa over here, the quiet one. Um, Lisa, January. Well, there's Key West. Those fuckers are going to be in Key West January
Yeah.
17th.
I won't be there.
No,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
pricey.
Yeah. Yeah. Put me on that one, Ed.
Yeah. Notice that one we don't get the invites to.
No, I
And
don't.
free is what
I
I'm
don't
looking for.
I don't have enough talent to be
Yeah.
on that one. But maybe if I could tune a guitar. But January 25th, 26th, 27th. Night Ranger. January, February, they fucking love the North. So January 25th, Green Bay, Wisconsin. January 26th, Effingham, Illinois. And January 27th, Wisconsin Dells, the indoor water park capital of the world. Lisa, you're going to a couple of those shows, right?
I'm just going to the Wisconsin Dells one.
You're going all that way and you're not going to Effingham, Illinois?
I don't know. I think I
Effing
have to
hell
work.
yeah.
I have a job.
What about
A
Green Bay,
job just gets in the
Wisconsin?
way.
What about what?
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
What day's that one?
That's 2 days prior. That's Friday, probably. Or
No,
that might be Thursday.
I have a massage Friday. I can't make that.
Well, listen,
La-di-da.
Priorities.
listen. There's a football team in Green Bay, and if there's a football team there, you can get a massage there. I almost guarantee it.
Probably.
But so you're going to Wisconsin Dells. You guys going to go to any of the water parks there and go slip
We'll probably go to Kalahari if no one goes with us. I don't know if he's going or not yet. He won't go to the show, but if he goes with us, we'll take him to the water park.
Wisconsin Dells. Early February, you have California and Arizona. February 16th, February 17th, Las Vegas, Stephen Piercy, Night Ranger.
I wanted to go to that one.
You got a North Dakota date. You got Fort Worth, Texas in March, Kansas in April, Carterville, Illinois, which is a little south of St. Louis. Then the weekend listen, if you want to party with some motherfuckers, some cool motherfuckers that you're looking at right now on this screen, and Andy and Lisa and Brent.
Basically, Brent and Josh.
No, Josh and Robin. We're the cool motherfuckers. Anyways, you want to party with us, right? And by party, I mean one of us want to be sick and whatever. Anderson, Indiana. Now, unfortunately, they're not that cool theater that they were at last time there, but they are at the Hoosier Park Terrace showroom, right? So it's at a casino. You can gamble with your wallet and your health.
What day is that one again?
April 12th. That's a Friday night. Yeah, you were at the Anderson show right there.
Yeah.
That was a good time. That was a great theater. And
it was.
There was a whole bunch of us there. I think we
had
what?
fun.
Well, I think I was late getting out of there, but I met you guys at
Yeah, we went somewhere after.
like BW3s or something, and the Rangerettes were there, and
Yep.
Ron was there, and
Ken Finley.
Ken was there. Yeah, so and then April 13th, Tiffin, Ohio, which is kind of a little bit southeast of Toledo, a little east of Findlay. So you're up in that area there. The Ritz Theater. Um, that show is probably almost sold out. It's been on sale for a while and it's been selling well. So that's Saturday night, right? So you fucking, you partied up in Anderson, Indiana. You wake up,
Get on 75 North.
you crack open a can of eye opener and hop in the car and drive to Tiffin, party it up again. And then Sunday night, New York, Ohio, Midland Theater. This is a bigger theater, uh, not too far from the Josh Stofferson Homestead. And that show is almost, I bet it's 70% sold out already and just went on sale a couple weeks ago. So there you go.
I have tickets to that one too.
There you go. There you go. See, look, right? Well, maybe Lisa's a cool one. You guys aren't. I don't know. And then a makeup date, May 25th, Jackson, Michigan, at the Optimist Ice Arena. Which
I'm going to that one.
Are you going to that one?
No.
It's
what day in Michigan?
In Jackson, Michigan. Not too far from where they recorded the first Damn Yankees record, or demoed it maybe. At Nugent's house. But that's a reschedule from last September. Like I said, Optimus Ice Arena, a lot better than across the railroad tracks as the Pessimist Ice Arena. You don't want to go to that one. Then the next day, Coleman, Michigan, the United by Sacrifice concert. So probably a big outdoor event. Not quite sure exactly where Coleman is, but
United by Sacrifice.
Probably a military thing.
Is it okay?
Or a bunch of divorcees. I don't know.
I was like, or it's just people burning shit in effigy.
It's
like the gathering of the Juggalos or something.
Bring your Fago.
Better than what I was going.
Oh, and there is a date. There is a date they just announced they're opening for Foreigner in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a big car auction place. Barrett something. But anyways, January 19th, Scottsdale, Arizona.
That would be fun.
One thing that's not on their website is the M3 Rock Fest. I will definitely be there because Y and fucking T is on the same bill as Night Ranger, and it just got me hard talking about it.
And I think Queensryche's going to be there.
So many bands.
All right, you just fucking ruined it, Andy. Jesus Christ.
I mean, not the Jeff Tate version of Queensryche, the Todd Latorek version.
Oh, I'm born again. So
and faster pussycat.
But and then you got Monsters of the Mountain, Gatlinburg, August 25th. There's a lot of shows that are still going to be announced. Don't expect, I don't think, Night Ranger jumping on any package tour this summer. I think they were looking at it. Again, I don't know. I'm not in those conversations, but I think they did that package last year. And usually when you get package, I don't think obviously you're paying more bands, so you don't get quite the cash maybe. And I think, it's just, we can jump on something else, or we can go headline ourselves and play full sets. And they spent almost 2 months last year doing those opening for Brett, so I think this year they're going to bypass that and do their own thing. I saw like Warrant Firehouse and Bullet Boys are doing a tour, and what do you got? Def Leppard and Journey
and Heart.
Like Heart's opening, Heart's opening some, Cheap Trick's opening some, and another band is opening some of them. So
it's like Bob Seger or Steve Miller.
Steve Miller.
Steve Miller, yeah.
Yeah, not Seger, sorry.
So there's a lot of dates that are still yet to be confirmed or announced. So just keep following the Night Ranger page. And
I mean, I like the package deal ones just when there's other bands I prefer to see that I haven't seen like maybe 5 other times, like 10 years ago.
Well,
that's all.
The Bret Michaels show was really good. Well, we're kind of turning around there. So with 2024, we got really those Ohio dates and the Vegas dates, but there really hasn't been a lot and announced that at least I'm going to. It's going to be around.
Right.
I mean, we got Lisa over there who loves Wisconsin in the winter. She'll be there in Wisconsin Dells, but
sometimes it seems like it's like months in advance, like almost a year, or it's like a month or 2 in advance.
Yeah, like right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it used to always be for us when we were kids. They would sell tickets 30 days out. That's when they go on sale.
I remember waiting like 5-6 months like for a Def Leppard concert or something, like winter, and then by the time summer came or something.
But yeah, and there's going to be some blocks of time where I don't know if maybe we can never know, maybe we'll get a FIM convention or something. Maybe we can put something together and some mutual location. Don't send me a message telling me where that mutual location is.
Nashville.
But
just a cough, trying to bring something up there.
But yeah, maybe we'll give Robin a guitar and Lisa a mic, and that we can let them sing their Night Ranger hits. And I don't know.
You want people to come back, don't you?
I don't know about a guitar.
But yeah, so there's 2024. I do know that Blabbermouth just showed an interview with Jack where he said that they're always creating and stuff like that. I wouldn't put a lot of money on a Night Ranger album coming out.
Right.
All right. Don't look too much into that. But one thing he did say was, things, if they're trading back ideas and stuff, all of a sudden, things can kind of steam, get rolling, and all of a sudden you're making an album. But that's not there yet. So don't want people, getting excited or asking those questions, because I just don't think that's what's happening now. And
well, we just got one too. It's just a live one.
Yeah.
I didn't take it that way. I mean, he's said that so many times over the years that if you stop creating, you die. And doesn't mean that they're going to stop creating it, but it doesn't mean they're going to release anything either.
I think this year, I think they're just going to hit the road hard. And so
I'm okay with that.
Like I said, that's me farther back, but
do they usually like write while they're on tour? Like
I don't know about if they write while they're on tour, but they could be emailing ideas back and forth, right? Tracks, and hey, put something on this, and next thing you know, you got 3 songs. Next thing you know, you got 5. And then you got a record being made. I just think my general consensus is, and again, I don't have any special insight or anything like that. Just I think that's just going to be, they're just going to hit the road hard and heavy 2024, which is good.
Well, now's the time for, if any of those guys have the solo albums, on the back burner to put them out.
Well, those solo albums have been on the back burner so long. Those fuckers are
I know,
fucking crusted over.
but now that's the time to put them out. If nothing else is coming out, put it out.
You're preaching to the choir, man.
Wow.
Oh, and um, yeah. So there's that. So 2023 Fans in Motion Night Ranger. I can't remember what I did 2 weeks ago, let alone
Pretty much.
talking a year in review. I know we did some fun stuff, right? No, yay, nay, no. Getting my little cheat sheet out here. Well, we almost saw the Bengals go to another Super Bowl. But I think really with the year kicking off, I think it was earlier this year that they announced the Night Ranger, Brett Michaels, and Jefferson Starship tour, and that was something Night Ranger hasn't really done, for a while. I mean, they've done some of those package tours in the past.
Well, we had the Sammy tour, and that got canceled.
Yeah, it was going to be Night Ranger, White Snake, and Sammy Hagar. That got canceled with COVID.
Yeah, I had tickets to that too.
There was merch out there for that, and it was on sale. Wow. It was on the website, so I don't know if any of it ever got shipped. But and I know 2015 it was Night Ranger, Foreigner, Def Leppard.
That would have been my dream show, other than Alice Cooper.
2011 it was Night Ranger, Foreigner, Journey.
They do better, I think, with the 3 bills because they could still kind of play enough, I think. But
well, it's
a better crowd.
It's okay in the arena because it's still dark, right? But
I know
when I saw them in 2011, Night Ranger's coming on at 6:30. It's daylight. There's hardly anyone down in the crowds. It's nice out. They're all drinking, partying. It's like you're almost playing to an empty. So I can see why maybe they don't like.
I saw Marilyn Manson live early, like in the day before outside show. I'm like, this looks so weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, one thing that was very cool, and Andy, you can attest, was we saw Night Ranger at the Ryman.
Fantastic.
And I mean, that's kind of been what I've been using Night Ranger for, is all these venues. Like Troy, Ohio wanted to go to Hobart Arena because Elvis played there in the 50s. And then obviously the Ryman with its history. Yeah, so it was, early February, we saw Night Ranger at the Ryman. They played a pretty good long set list. And didn't they do
Highway to Hell?
Highway to Hell at the end, but they did, I think,
Boys of Summer.
I don't give a shit about these fucking reason to be. If I remember correctly, they did Reason to Be. So
it was a fun show. So really, the crowd.
I think there was like 2 songs. I remember you guys saying. It was like, oh wow, you guys get 2 songs, and it was like the regular set the next night.
Yeah. It was something. Crowd responded well. It was a great setting. I wish they would come back. It's a fantastic place. Uncomfortable as all hell, but it's a fantastic venue.
And a couple weeks later, I didn't say where I went, but I flew out and helped them. Oklahoma and Kansas, I think. Oklahoma was at a casino. Kelly was sick, so he was not feeling well at all. I think they had tested him. He didn't have COVID. So what I did was, I told him, I don't, I got a fucking kindergartner, right? He's bringing shit home all the time. I can deal with whatever fuck Kelly's got. And so we basically kept Kelly away that whole trip. So it was just basically me and Kelly the whole weekend, like in the vehicle and, dinner and everything, staying away from all the guys. But
quarantined with Kiki.
Yeah. That sounds like a horrible way to spend your time, right? Hanging out with Kelly Keiki.
But I think we flew in, like, there was a show in Oklahoma, and I think we stayed in Oklahoma because there's a show in the middle of nowhere in Kansas. So we like drove an hour and a half to the show. They played the show, and then we drove. And it was literally in a straight line, like the highway, right? There was no curves. That fucking horrible piece of the United States. But yeah,
Aren't they supposed to be changing that? So like every like 10 miles there's at least a curve to like make sure you're alert.
I don't know. I just know
I
going
thought that was a thing.
They should.
driving across Kansas, man. It's fucking cornfield with a road.
Like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Well, was well, maybe, all right, maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to see. I got Nashville down again in March, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't for Night Ranger. I don't remember if I went. Fuck,
No, that was the podcast expo, I think.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and it was right around there. I mean, Jack had his, heart issue.
Yeah. Yep.
Which canceled some shows, 3 or 4 shows, which they pushed back to, um, but pushed back to October. Um, so, that was, that's where we kind of, we see it all the time with these bands that we all enjoy, and, with members getting sick or, having to sit out tours. And we've got pretty lucky with Night Ranger. And then, just last March, Jack had to have basically surgery and was out for a couple months. You wouldn't be able to tell it now. So he's recovered.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I saw Mo Bandy May 20th. He likes some good country music. What else? I'm trying to think. What other shows here? What we got? What we got?
I saw Lit twice.
Well, we saw him in Kentucky.
Here we go. So
Turfway.
July 13th. So July 13th was the opening night of the Bret Michaels show. So I spent a few days up there. I went up like a day early. And I was just and drove them. I just remember me, Brad, and Eric. I told him a story about I just got that dog. And I just remember I told him a story about the dog. And then Brad told us a story about when he was a kid, which I can't repeat. And I just remember like the three of us laughing so hard, like you laugh so hard like the back of your head hurts. But that's what I remember about Night Ranger in Detroit. Then we went to Florence, which is a show, right? You and Brent were at as well.
Yeah.
So which weird place. It was a casino, right?
It's a conference room.
But they had the big conference room, like all the windows on the side.
Yeah.
I just remember Steve-O, there was a pond or something out there, and Steve going out and fishing in it. The lighting director. And then
Was that with Ted Nugent? Wasn't that
no, that was just
a week before that though?
That was
Starship.
That was just Starship and Night Ranger, because I think I went the next night again to see Night Ranger with them.
Yeah, they picked back up with Bret Michaels, didn't it?
Well, I thought it was like a week before that one, because there's like that.
That was up in Michigan with Ted Nugent.
That was Michigan, or no, that was.
I thought that's what we were talking about. That, and then Stephen Piercy was like a week after.
No, that was back in May. They played up in the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. Nugent joined them. Stephen Piercy was on the bill.
Similar. Okay, so
I knew it
around that time of year, but it's a different month. Yeah.
And I
Josh, I think you missed the Marietta, Ohio one too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was early June.
Yeah.
That was the one where um
Sebastian Bach.
no, that was just
No.
Night Ranger headlining. I went antiquing with I go antiquing with
With
Jack almost
Jack.
everyone.
And we
But
were antiquing the same time at the same stores probably, and we missed it.
but
That would have been fun.
uh
Yeah.
I just remember they went to sound check and I watched maybe the first song. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go take a walk, you know. I'm walking around the town and Ed's like, where are you? I'm like, just taking a walk. He's like, and he sent me a video and it was them doing Interstate Love Affair.
Oh,
And I don't know, I think maybe me and Brent were talking
Mm-hmm.
and you know, Brent, was it you?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was one of you guys. And he's like, who would ever thought, you know, hey, Night Ranger sound checking. I'm just gonna take off. Just go take a walk. I've seen this 100 times. Um, you know, but yeah, it just, you know, it was a nice, beautiful day. It wasn't like too hot, right? And, you know, old town on the river. And yeah, that's the time they decide to break out um, interstate love affair. But I always, Marietta's a cool town. So I always like going there. So, yeah, I did forget that one. Was you at that one, Lisa, then, I guess?
Yeah, I was.
No, that's right. Because you guys, you and Robin,
Yeah, Robin was there. Yeah.
yeah,
Marietta?
not you,
Now
Robin.
you
I was gonna say what?
I was like,
Marshall.
wow.
You were fucking hammered. You don't remember.
Was that one like on a private, like a winery or something like that?
That was the
No.
next day. I went to that one.
Okay, because I remember that
Yeah,
weekend.
that was like with 38 special, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um,
Sorry, I'm just really not used to other people being named Robin.
yeah. So that Detroit show, I went to Chicago. I know that because I drove, you know, because what was supposed to happen was,
Because like, isn't Eric from there? Weren't you doing something?
well, I went to the Chicago show with Brett Michaels and them because you know, they're supposed to go out and play after their set at the end of the Brett Michaels show, and we were wanting to get out and get to a hotel. So Jack and Kelly slept in the back of the Tahoe while I drove to wherever the fuck we went. Indianapolis? Yeah, Noblesville. That's right. I saw the next show was in Noblesville. Um, so yeah, it's coming back to me now.
It's kind of a surreal life, Josh, that you're living.
That you're forgetting.
Jack
like that.
Blades and Brad Gillis are sleeping in the
Sleeping
back
in the
of
back.
your car
Jack, it was Jack
after a
and
Brett Michaels show.
The singers.
it was Jack and Kelly.
Jack and
That's
Kelly.
pretty cool.
You know, and there's like construction the whole way, you know, from Chicago to Indianapolis. I just remember, you know, Jack's like, "Are you able to hit all the bumps?" Yeah,
Doing
it's
my
like,
best, sir.
it's like, listen, man, I can't control the roads here. But
I would have said this is for a hole in the sun.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do another album like that.
but yeah, so there was Chicago because I remember I went to some cool record stores and so anyways that was in there somewhere.
Didn't they do some like Damn Yankees stuff too with Ted? You know, like Jack and him.
Well,
And it
there was they did that. That was again back in that May show, like the Cherry Festival. So they
But
did
did
it.
they actually play together?
Those two did, yes.
Okay.
They did, and they were supposed to do. So and what's weird, this is the last time I seen them was in September. This is like the longest break you know, that I haven't seen them, you know, since we've started doing this. I think it's like on their end they're missing me, and on my end I'm missing them. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm reading all this. But they were supposed to do that show in Jackson, and because of some issues, I don't know really what happened, but that got canceled, but they had a private show the next night, which they kept. And so, yeah, I went to that one. Ted was supposed to be there at the one prior, but since that canceled, he didn't. But I remember me and Jack were at an antique store there, and there was like this almost looked like a bootleg, but maybe like a radio station record that had, I don't know, Bob Seger and Ted Nugent, some Michigan guys, and Jack's sending pictures to Ted. I ended up buying the record. But yeah, that's where Jack was telling me that, Ted lived up there, which I knew he lived in Jackson, Michigan. I just remember that, when I was younger. But he said that's where they wrote a lot of the first Damn Yankees record was at Ted's house in Jackson.
Tad Nugent.
That's cool.
Sorry.
So
that's animation.
But yeah, so then since then I don't, you're the only one, Andy, that I think's been to a show, unless I'm missing something with Lisa in the last couple months, Night Ranger wise. But they had that one kind of offshoot in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
With did you stay to the very end of Brett's show?
I did not, and I regret it. Yeah. Well, Josh, my partying skills. I mean, you've been with me many a time when I've. Come on, Josh. Let's just go back to the hotel.
I remember a late night with you and Eric Levy.
Well, where was that? Where was that show in July where they had to cancel it because of tornadoes?
Probably Kansas.
No, it was Illinois, because I was at the Lit show, and Lit had played that facility the night before, and I'm hanging out with Kevin, who did the photography for ATVPO of Lit, and he walks out. He goes, "Jack Blaze just called me." And I was like, "Yeah, what do you want to know?" He goes, "He wanted to know about the venue that we played at last night because the show just got canceled because of weather."
We were. Go ahead, Josh.
Was that Illinois? You said?
Yeah, it was somewhere in Illinois.
Yeah,
because Melissa was supposed to go to that show, and it got postponed like until September.
Tornadoes, they love the Midwest and trailer parks.
Yeah, I mean, we had storms in St. Augustine. Actually, Ed messaged me. Teresa and I were sitting in the audience and before the show, and he's like, "Hey, come backstage for a minute." And we went back, and he's like, "Just FYI, if the weather gets bad, because it was storming before the show, he's like, if weather gets bad, don't hesitate to come back here." I was like, "All right, thanks." I mean, I'll take that advantage anytime I can. And
yeah, there's a drop of water, like
back here.
Holy shit!
Okay, let me carry Kelly's drums out for you.
There, next thing you know, Andy's back in catering.
You guys know these tacos? But I tell you, it was St. Augustine. I'd never been. It's a really, really neat city. It's the oldest city. Am I correct, Josh? You might know that. The oldest city in Florida or oldest city in the United States. I don't know. Anyway, it's an old city. It's pretty cool. Night Ranger was they were fantastic that night. They had the crowd responded so well to them. And yeah, we petered out before the Bret Michaels thing, and I kind of wanted to stay, but my better half was not feeling it. She's like, "Do we have to stay for Bret?" I was like, "We don't have to. I mean, I'd like to, but she's like, "Well, it's okay." Because we were flying out like at 4 a.m. the next morning. Like we had an early call.
You guys are the worst at your flights.
You sleep on the plane. Come on.
And then I see all these pictures of like the band. I'm like, God damn it, we should have stayed.
Yeah, but tell about the cool stuff when you guys were walking through town. Here, let me give you a hint. Hey, Andy. Hey, Andy.
Well, I'm walking in the shops and I hear my name being called, and I'm like, I don't know. Teresa's like, "Do you know somebody?" I was like, "Not in Florida. I mean, I do, but not in this part of Florida." And it was Gail Romaine from the page. She was there, and she saw me, and we talked for a few minutes, and that was fun.
She yelled at him, got his attention, and flicked him off.
She's like, "You suck. Less of you on the podcast, more of the other guys." That was fun.
I like Gail.
And then it's funny, and I don't think I told you this, Josh. I think I told Brent, but we were sitting in the audience before the show, and I see this guy about 3 rows in front of me, and he's got like passes on, and I'm looking at him, I was like, I think that's Norman. Like in the audience, Norman Voss talking to people. So he was talking to this couple in front of me. So as he's stepping over the seats because there's an empty row behind the people. He's just going to walk out that row instead of in front of people. And I was like, "Hey, Norman!" And he stopped. I was like, "Hi." He's like, I was like, "You don't know me, but I'm Andy from Fans in Motion." He's like, "Oh my god!" He goes, "I had your shirt on all day today." I was like, "Well, yeah, it's that." I just want to say hi. I said you were on the podcast, but I wasn't on that episode. And he's like, "Oh man," he said, I love these guys. I can't wait. I was wearing the shirt around. You'll see pictures when I post them online and all that." And introduced him to Teresa. And then it's funny because during the Night Ranger set, you could see Norman on the side of the stage, like just rocking out. Like he really is a fan. I mean, I first time I'd met him, but he was having a really good time. And this show was really the crowd responded so well to these guys. And
I think it was the
crowd.
I don't know. It was one of the early shows, Detroit or Chicago, and ran into Norm backstage, and he's carrying some stuff, and I was like, "Hey, Norm," kind of yelled at him. We're kind of passing. And he's like, "Hey, man," and he turns around and comes over to me, and I happened to look what he was carrying, and he was carrying his Fans in Motion shirt.
That's
and
cool.
So later on that evening when he came backstage, he had it on. I think I put a video up maybe on the page or something. But but we got a Fans in Motion shirt on stage. I don't know what it was, Louisiana or some fucking shit, somewhere. Uh uh Home is where you make it. Oh, you like to see homos naked? No, 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 no. Home is where you make it. Anyways, Louisiana, Carrie Kelly was sporting the old Fans in Motion shirt. So hey, look, Ma, we made it.
Yeah, didn't you
So,
figure his laundry was all dirty?
oh, I knew exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Laundry's dirty. We got to fly to wherever they were going.
Yeah, I need a shirt.
So
He probably thought it was a Night Ranger shirt. It's like, oh shit.
but
This logo.
but we got Carrie wearing it on stage. We got Eric was in like 100 videos wearing it on his page, and um Kelly wore his after the show somewhere. I don't remember where, but so and I'm sure Jack probably wears it to like nice dinners, and Brad's wearing it special occasions. But
Probably wears it to his attorney's office for the cease and desist meetings. Like
Brad
this
uses
here,
it. He uses he
stop.
polishes Bubba with it.
Yeah. So
it's like, thanks, Josh. This is great. Wipe.
Yeah.
But yeah, and speaking of Norm being like that, like Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray.
I can't hear Josh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about Andy then. So Mark McGrath, he's one of those guys just living the fucking life, right? And uh fun guy to be around. Um and I'll say the same with Brett Michaels. Is like I was turning the corner and basically ran into Brett Michaels. Never met him before, and he treated me like I was his best friend. Like, hey man, well, um,
he's very like looks you in the eye.
yeah. And I saw his meet and greet, and you know, like I don't know who he's got handling him, but I don't know how the hell they got through the meet and greets to get him on stage on time, because he was taking his time and everything. And
Well, he likes to talk.
um
He loves to talk.
So yeah, it was just interesting to see those guys and watching them interact with Night Ranger and everything. When we go episode wise, um, we We had Eric Levy answering some questions with us. Episode 104, we discussed the Ryman show. We had Norman on, probably somewhere around maybe March or so. We did the Mike Brandvold episode there, Brent, with talking about the Creatures of the Night tour. An episode I really enjoyed was we had the original road crew, Biff, Sarge, Duke, and Frogmore on there. That was a really good one. Of course, we had Ed Repepe, and he was on a few times. Kevin Ranking, the drummer of Flock of Seagulls. He joined us, big metalhead. He grew up, listening to Night Rangers, good friends with Kelly. Melissa Gong from the page, she joined us, and we tracked down the pants that Jack wore on the Seven Wishes tour and on the I don't know, the Sentimental Street video or something like that. But she gave us a how she got those at the Hearts Away video shoot. Andy, can you hear us?
Do you mean the pants your mother laid out for you?
No.
See, if you watched Seinfeld, you would have gotten that.
I don't watch Seinfeld. I just live the life.
Wait, so you're talking about 104th episode? That means we had to have had this year a 100th episode that we celebrated as a page, right?
Yeah,
we said.
Yeah,
that's like
I think the 100th episode was at the end of 2022. I was just doing 2023. That was with Mark Green.
Okay.
That was with Mark talking about his trip over from England. We had Mark Striegel from Sirius XM, Ozzy's Boneyard and Hair Nation. We finally got the elusive Dave Radley, the sound engineer for Night Ranger. We've had in a good episode. We had Eric from Night Ranger and Chris Morin from the Contemporary Youth Orchestra, the conductor. Brent had that idea of bringing them on together. Then
and then I got sick.
Then he bailed on me. Old Andy over there, he fucking can't do anything. Everybody point towards Andy.
I can't hear you.
Oh, Lisa, you got to point up. Robin, you got to point to the right.
I liked talking to Chris.
Brent, you got to point at the angle there. So anyways, there we go. I guess we're just going to tell, why can't it happen to Brent? Am I the only one?
I can make it fucking happen right now.
No. It's
it's on. It's off. I mean, it's off.
Stop teasing us. All right. So, Robin, what's your Night Ranger resolution for the new year?
Of just like a goal I have pertaining to Night Ranger.
Yeah, well, yeah. Why are you going?
I'm gonna get my autograph tattoos of Jack and Kelly. God damn
it! Right there. See, that's a good resolution. All right, so we got to get. Now I'm pretty good at Jack and Kelly's autograph. I still got. I got Eric's down, but that's not hard. I still got a little work with Carrie's. Still got a little work with Brad's. Brad's I'll get. It's just a big B and a G.
You know what will be very impressive to me is Alan Fitzgerald.
Oh, I can do Fitz's too. So
yeah, it just fits.
We're gonna hook you in. Okay.
I have Fitz's autograph right over here in the corner. On the drum head.
Lisa, what's your Night Ranger rock and roll resolution for 2024?
Maybe to try to go to more concerts than I did last year.
That's going to be hard. You went to a lot.
No, I didn't. Last year I only went to like 4.
Only 4.
That's definitely not a lot for Lisa.
Yeah.
The one in April got canceled. I did the 2 in June and then the 1 in September.
So Brent?
Maybe that was only 3.
What about, what about, you need to get like the signatures right here and get those tattooed.
To me?
Well, you too. I mean,
Oh, you said Brent, and
oh, did I?
You
yeah, you
did,
said,
yeah.
Oh,
and
all
I was like,
right.
huh?
Well, apparently, I don't call any of you fuckers by your real name. Robin is Lisa. Lisa's Brent. Um,
You
whatever.
called me Lisa before you got on.
Well, I have to get my 3 records finished. I have Joel on that, so I need the rest of the guys on it. This has to be autographed.
You still
Period.
got are we still trying to work the
And
ATBPO?
I need 3 on
Dude,
ATPPO.
I will fucking sign that.
You're not signing shit,
We have been trying to get that forever.
but
You just give that to me, it will come back signed. I guarantee fucking it.
my goal has always been I want to design a Night Ranger t-shirt. I still want to do it.
Just do a few different designs and just be like,
I'm just
have
putting it
fun.
on the ethos. Maybe it'll happen. I got 2 guitar picks out of it.
Just
There you go.
just put the logo on a black shirt and call
Oh,
it a day.
yeah. I could do better. I could do better than this.
Josh with the imagination as always.
My I think I'll speak on behalf of Andy. His Night Ranger rock and roll resolution for 2024 is not to be bewildered by technology.
Oh.
And
He's got freaking laser beams coming out of his head.
Change his name to Silent Bob.
And what am I doing?
Yeah,
And,
change it to Silent Bob.
my rock and roll 2024 is not to get the clap. So there we go. That's it. So everybody,
well, you got to have contact, I guess, to get it. So
hey, listen, my you never know what my palm has. But
I don't think that's how that works.
what? But anyways, 2023 was a great year. It was good seeing everybody. We've said it 100 times. That the one thing great about the page is you go to the shows, there's always someone you know.
well, that's why I was asking Andy, what happened to you in Florida? And he just skipping right by it because I had told him, I said, how cool is it that you're in Florida and you would have never known anybody, but yet he gets there and he there's about 8 people there that he knows from the page.
Well, like those shows I was telling you about in like Oklahoma or Kansas, whatever. I know Ed came back. He goes, "Hey, he calls everybody my disciples." So he's like, "Hey, one of your disciples wants to meet you. He can't, saw me and asked if you were here." And I can't remember who it was now, but yeah, I went out there and like I said, it was just cool to finally put a face to the name, on the page.
Well, hell, Andy was waiting in line to go see Marvelous 3 in Atlanta back in October, and people from Fans of Motion are at the concert.
Well, it's the same as and again, you're going to have to apologize. I can't remember the names right off the top of my head, but him and his wife are on the page, and he's a Bengals fan. And anyways, I saw them at the Iron Maiden show. I saw them at the April Wine show in Cincinnati. But that's what, like I said, what's great about the page is there's always.
Well, that's like you, Robin, and Zach meeting up at the Kiss show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Forgot about that. We
what was that? Last month?
October.
Yeah, October. November.
Feels like last month.
It does. I was gonna say that and it felt wrong.
But yeah, so Fans of Motion will be celebrating his 4th birthday here in 2024. Thank you to everybody listening, and we will see you out there on the road. So Robin, say bye.
Bye.
Lisa, Bobby, say, hey, I got your guys' names fucking right.
Hear me?
Say bye.
I heard Andy.
I can't hear you if you're talking. I can't hear you.
Andy, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm going to type to him, say bye. Okay.
He's looking.
That's what I've been doing. I've been messaging him going, I can't hear you. Press this, do this. Check your phone, Andy.
Bye. I can say bye. Bye.
All right.
Thanks for
Brent,
listening to Fans of Motion.
Brent, say bye.
So long.
All right.
Go Barons.
On behalf of Robin, Lisa, Brent, and the mute, we will see you out in the road in 2024. Later. Have a good New Year. It's already New Year when you're watching this, probably. I don't fucking know when I'm releasing it. Later.
I can't hear anything, so see this here, red rum, yeah, or red rum. I'm gonna go because I can't fucking hear. Drink more, Mr. Pibb. That's all. Josh, I'll talk to you later. Bye, Robin. Bye, Lisa. I don't know what I'm doing. I may have just committed fraud or something. Who knows? Go
All
Predators.
Right.
Yay, hockey.
See ya.